Hey yo, it's the Versa new segment. Who versus who? The R&B edition. Michael Jackson versus Chris Brown. Well, let's look at the statistics, right? Chris Brown only has less Grammys than Michael Jackson, but Michael Jackson has sold more albums than Chris Brown. Chris Brown has more records than Michael Jackson. Dancing, Chris Brown, to me, I think is a phenomenal dancer. Chris Brown, he got the moves, man. He could dance. His choreographers, his movement, he's really creative, artistic when it comes to his dance moves. Michael Jackson, when it comes to the dancing, he could dance, but he only got just a few amount of moves that Chris Brown can just take over. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson with the slide, Michael Jackson with the moonwalk. Michael Jackson really took his dancing with James Brown and kind of just turned it up a notch. Michael Jackson is a huge phenomenon icon, and Chris Brown, his role as the iconic, phenomenal performer. So, who do we narrow this debate down to? Chris Brown or Michael Jackson? What does the Versa think? Who's better? To tell you the truth, it would have to be, in my opinion, I'm gonna have to say Michael Jackson. The reason is because Michael Jackson has songs that will last for decades and decades and decades. He also won 8 Grammys with Thriller and many more Grammys as well, including Off the Wall. Michael Jackson is just a one-of-a-kind artist. Chris Brown, I think, is another one-of-a-kind artist, but that is for you to decide. Let's not forget, you got to look at the new issue of Versa magazine. The new issue of Versa magazine right here. You can't keep your eyes off of it. You got to look to see what's in it. Make sure that you comment below, like, and also follow as well. Yo, anyway, follow, subscribe on the #TheVersaShow channel. Welcome. #TheVersaShow is part of an entertainment podcast that exercises our freedom of speech. Our conversations, opinions, debate on a certain topic is not to offend anyone in any source. For that being said, enjoy the show. Yo, what's happening, ladies and gentlemen? What is happening? And welcome to another special edition of #TheVersaShow. And I know it's been 3 months, and we are back. Oh, man. I know, I miss you guys. I mean, you guys been seeing my clips on Instagram and stuff like that, so... You know, I mean, if you see me on TikTok as well, or, you know, also too, we've been doing a lot of amazing stuff here on Vintage Era Productions. So, I mean, listen, I decided to wake up early and just to say, you know what, we're going to be doing a podcast today, ladies and gentlemen. We are back, fully stacked. Oh, give me one second. Hold on, wait a minute. We're going to have to use the blue light. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and you sure already know to do these 3 things. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and you press that bell at the same time. Oh, man, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, I'll be really, really highly infamous if I don't start the show off with, ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, the GOAT, the one that you have vote, the Versa. I'm hyped, man. I'm just very hyped because Vintage Era Production has been going so strong now. You know, and I'm gonna start off with this show with some brand new things. And I know you guys been looking, you've been watching. If you have been subscribed to the #TheVersaShow channel, then you should already know that, you know, Vintage has been growing with a new music artist. I'm gonna talk about it. We're gonna do some vibe talk as well. We're gonna do some little music talk, and who knows, I don't know, we might just switch things up, you know. I might just go right back to vibe talk, you know, because it's been a while. It's been a minute since we have done an episode, so I'm just hyped, I'm just happy, I'm excited, and you know, we got shit going. So hey, Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I gotta say, man. Welcome back. We're back to attack here on #TheVersaShow. So anyway, listen, you already know we gotta go ahead and get some shit started on #TheVersaShow. So anyway, let's cut all the whole cues out and all that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and get into some vibe talk, ladies and gentlemen, into some vibe talk. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while. It's been a minute since I have seen y'all, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just so happy to get back on this show, and, you know, I won't take up, you know, much of your guys' time. Trust me, I will not do that. But anyway, here on some vibe talk, you know, I'm gonna give a shout out to Taj Medic 456. Taj Medic 456. You know, he did a music video. You know, we did two music videos, and I tell you this, it's crazy because it's like what his dedication to this whole craft, you know, is amazing. He'll show up like at 5 p.m. We would record a song, and then he'll be like, you know, try your best to mix it, and I'll try my best to mix and master it. You know, I'm not really good at mixing and mastering with music, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to 4-time Grammy Award winner Dave Darlington. Sonny as well from S5 Studio. Shout out to him as well too. So those are the guys that can really make the music pop. Me, I try my best on it, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, even if so, a lot of people on Instagram, they dig it. A lot of people on TikTok, they dig it. YouTube, you know, if you subscribe, then, you know, you will know. But as well, they dig it as well. So thank you so much for everybody that's been listening. Thank you so much. Thank you. You know, it's not easy work, man, because I'm like, you know, when we finished with the song, it was about 5 p.m. And then next, you know, he was like, look, yo, I'm gonna do like a music video. I'm like, you want to do a music video right now? So he was like, yeah, I mean, you know, I got time to do a music video. So I'm like, I bet. All right, cool. I guess so. So, you know, hooked up my camera, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, when we did the music video, he was very amazed because he was like, yo, the quality to this, man, it's just like, what? I didn't even think I would have this type of quality. You know, this is crazy. So I was like, yeah, man, you know, vintage era production, you know, this is what we do. Even right now, you know, I remember when I was watching the first episode of #TheVersaShow, right? And it was none of this. You feel what I'm saying? It was none of this at all, you know. But now it's like, you know, we're here now, you know what I'm saying? So we came a long way. Still more to improve, but at the same time, it's like, you know, we came a long way. Well, I came a long way when it comes to vintage era production, and as well having a new artist, Taj Medic 456. That's gonna be even a lot better. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna, you know, really amped up vintage era production. He's doing a great job as well. So I mean, huge supporter. You know what I'm saying? So you know, Taj Medic 456. You know. Yeah, we're doing it, man. We're doing it. But anyway, how has everything else been going? I don't know. I've been trying my best to strive in life and whatnot. You know, a lot of people in life, you know, we go through roller coasters. You know what I'm saying? And some of those roller coaster rides, you know, it goes up and it goes down, it goes up and it goes down. And sometimes when you're in those type of loops, you gotta figure out a way how to, like, you know, maneuver things. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm pretty much trying to do, just trying to learn how to maneuver things, and just in the grace of God, just hopefully think something positive, something great is going to happen. So, but other than that, you know, I'm just striving, you know, I'm just doing my thing, you know, as well, you know, also got to look at the new issue of Versa magazine as well, too. Issue number 2 and number 3. Hell, you can look at number 1 as well, too. Look at 1, 2, and 3. And I got more coming as well, too. It's just me just being creative. And I want people to understand when I do these photography shots, it's just for me to be creative. You know what I'm saying? It's just to bring a creative side on things, and, you know, just to show out. Not to show off, to show out the art side. with the fur coat and stuff, and with the whole Western. I was thinking about doing a Star Wars, because I'm a big Star Wars fan. And also, too, have you guys been looking at Resident Evil? That Resident Evil 9 Requiem? Oh my goodness. Yo, shout out to that game, man. Shout out to Resident Evil 9 Requiem. I mean, yo, I seen that. Listen, I'm gonna be real with you. Okay, I'm gonna be real. Now, as well, you guys be seeing my gaming as well too on the YouTube channel as well. The UFC 5, and even with I can't remember his name right now off the rip. I'm so sorry because it's been a minute. But you've been seeing the UFC fights I've been posting of. It's been kind of wild because I really don't play video games like that. I'm more into this, you know what I'm saying? And what me and Tajmatic 456 got going on is my main focus. But right now, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll get back to it. I'll start posting more on my boy, I think it was a Rockland, Rockland or something like that, Blood Rockland, something like, y'all know what it is, but I'll get back to that. But still, I don't play video games like that. But I have seen the videos on people who have played it, and I have seen the cutscenes and stuff. Oh my God. I mean, they gave it a 9, I think. They should give it an 11 out of a 10. I said it. 11 out of 10. That game was amazing. It really was. Shout out to that game, Resident Evil. And I can't wait I think they're going to make a 10th. I think so, but if so, it's going to be dope. I know it's going to be dope. But shout out to them. I mean, my God, that like Victor Gideon, that's my dude. For some reason, I like Victor Gideon, man. I like Victor Gideon. And everybody love Leon. Or I know Leon. Grace, oh my God. I mean, Grace, you gotta woman up, damn it. You gotta troop up. She's over here falling to the ground and shaking like, when she holds the gun. I thought that was pretty dope. Like if you're in first person vision when you play Leon, like his aim is steady, and when you play Grace, her aim is shaky a little bit because she's scared, she's terrified. So I thought that was pretty dope when they add that to the game. So in the details on that is like cinematic. I mean, they really put work into Resident Evil. I mean, it was a great game. Shout out to them, man. But to me, it was like a movie. You know what I'm saying? I think they're going to come up with the 10th one. I tell you the most funniest shit, right? So when I was watching, it came out on the 27th, right? And somebody already just dropped the video. And it was like 10 or 11 hours. So I was like, holy shit, damn, an 11-hour game. Damn. But anyway, so whoever was playing it, right? Like at the end of it, you had to make a decision either to help out Elpis or destroy Elpis. So he put destruction. So I was like, okay, maybe, this is part of the game. So next thing you know, the shit, the power light went dim, like, so then, what's his name? Sino was like, why did you do that? What's going on? She's like, I have to do what was right. And then like shit started to collapse and all that. And then Leon pretty much helped her out, got her up. And then like, she was like, come on. And then Leon was like left behind. So I was like, what the fuck? So then next thing you know, like he was over here fighting Sino, whatever his name is. And next thing you know, like he pulled the gun out on Leon, and Leon was like, at least I could save, you. At least I could save you. And he pulled the trigger and blew Leon's body up. And I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? So Leon's dead. He's finished. Oh shit. So I thought like that was it. Like that was it of the character of Leon. And then, the helicopter comes saves her. Well, before that, she was walking up the steps alone. And then she's like, I wish I could have saved you, Leon. And I was like, oh shit, what? Then it cut back to the same scene again. So I'm like, wait, what? And then she typed in hope. So I was like, what? So then that's when the light brightened up. And then some like, cartridge comes out, whatever it is, like the something for like the T virus or the G virus. So I was like, wait, what? And then she took one, and then that's when Sino pushed the girl out the way. And then, then there was pretty much was like, oh, I'm gonna save Leon, but I'm gonna save my ass first. So now I was like, oh my God. So I mean, yo, I was like, that game was amazing. So anyway, so then she put the serum and Leon, and then pretty much saved him. And then, he went to go, and that's when Victor Gideon comes, and he was like, "Oh my God, this shit is amazing! I'm so humble for Spencer's genius." And then, Sheena was telling him like it was all a lie, and then Victor, cut his head off, and then it was Leon and Victor Gideon, and then the part that I was like, "Oh shit, like this is probably it," was when like the roof was coming down, and the lights was as the roof was coming down, the lights was getting crushed, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is it! Like this is it for Leon and Grace." And then next it was the BSAA. They come down off like from the rooftop with the lights and stuff, and then one of the soldiers said that we got word from Captain what's his name Chris. Chris Rainfield, something like that, Redfield, something like that. So anyway, that saved their lives, man. I was like, oh shit. So I think it's gonna be number 10, and it's gonna be dope. But I'm gonna buy the game. I'm gonna play the game for sure, because I'm like, yo, it was great. I gave it like I said, I give it 11 out of 10. Resident Evil Requiem. Dope ass game, man. Dope ass game. Anyway, this also popped in my head as well too. Sticking to Vibe Talk, the new Michael Jackson movie is coming out on April 24th. Yeah, the new Michael movie. I mean, there've been so many Michael Jackson documentaries, but his nephew is gonna. I know his. I wasn't. Is it how you pronounce his name? Rufus? Jufes? I don't want to continue pronouncing his name wrong, but it's Michael Jackson's nephew, and he is going to be playing Michael Jackson, the king of pop. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. Yo, in the trailers, it looks like he gonna get this shit right. But I was watching Michael Jackson, his Bad tour, and where he was in London. You guys gotta check that out. It's like about probably like an hour and 40 minutes. But I mean, first of all, when I was watching the tour, excuse me, a little train of thought. When I was watching the tour, Michael Jackson was like, "Dad, so you want to be started? Something. You want to be started? Something. You want to be started?" So I was like, "Oh no, Mike, oh no, Mike, you gotta, what's going on here? You gotta be started? Something. You want to get up?" And I was like, "Oh no." But then it starts to get to I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. And I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, and then I was like, damn, Mike pretty much got it then when it comes to live. Certain songs I think he could sing, even when and you strikers down my face because I'm bad, you know it, I'm bad, Jermone, and the whole world had to answer right now just to tell you once again who's bad. And I was like, oh shit, okay, yo, Michael could really sing on live. Even with Man in the Mirror, he's like, go ahead and pick up yourself, brother. Woo! Gotta make that change today, brother. And I was like, wow. Michael Jackson could really, sorry about the woo part, but I was like, damn. And then, him dancing and stuff like that and running and, sometimes I question myself, with Michael Jackson, with some of his songs. Like, does he lip sync? You know what I'm saying? Like, is some of those lip syncing? But I don't think so. I think some of those are really live, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to Michael Jackson, man. I hope that movie turns out very dope, which it looks like it will be in the trailers. But here's a question I want to ask you guys, right? I'll give you my answer, before I say the question here. Who do you think Michael Jackson worked better with underneath the umbrella of? Berry Gordy or Quincy Jones or Teddy Riley? So out of those three, who do you think Michael Jackson worked best with? My answer, to me, I would have to say it would be Quincy Jones. The reason is because when they came up with Thriller and then Bad, I mean, those was like, first of all, Thriller was the #1 album ever, the #1 soul album in the world in the 80s ever. And then when he came out with Bad in 87, then that was another, it was it 86 or 87, one of those two. I believe it was 87. Yeah, because 88 was his tour. So when he came out with Bad, that was the second best album sold ever behind Thriller. Behind Thriller. So Michael Jackson had back-to-back best-selling albums. Crazy. Crazy. I also too, as you see in the beginning of the show here, there's a new segment called Who versus Who. You can check it out on my TikTok as well. You can check it out on my Instagram. And I had Michael Jackson versus Chris Brown. And at the end, I picked Michael Jackson. And, I could tell you mostly here the reason is because Chris Brown, first of all, let me just start with Chris Brown. Chris Brown, I believe, is highly, highly talented. I mean, he's great on his feet. Music-wise, I mean, the man could sing his ass off. I mean, he could take your girl. I listen, if you can't sing and you bring your girl to the club and Chris Brown is there, just know that you're going to lose your girl. You know what I'm saying? It could be with Usher. It could be with Vito. It could be with Eric Dillinger. You know what I'm saying? I was going to say the other name. Starts with a J, but once he called himself the king of R&B, I was like, yeah, bro, you lost respect on that. You lost respect, homie. I ain't going to say your name. You feel me what I'm saying? Ain't no respecting your name on that. R. Kelly, I don't know, he's in jail, but and the shit that R. Kelly did, it was highly wrong, and I'm part of the whole Me Too movement as well. I'm part of the Me Too movement, okay? I was molested at the age of 16 by a Dominican woman. You know what I'm saying? I got police report on it. So I got a police report on it. But anyway, it's true. But what he did was wrong. But the songs that he made, you can't escape, damn it. I'm sorry. You just can't escape it. Can't escape it. Hell, even he even wrote for Michael Jackson. He wrote for a lot of people. Celine Dion and fucking who else? Who was the other one? Madonna as well too. I think was it Madonna or someone else. I know Marcus Houston, but a lot of artists that R. Kelly has wrote for. But anyway, like still, I don't agree with what R. Kelly did, but when it comes to his music, he is a music genius. So same thing like with Kanye West. Kanye West might be going off the limb on certain occasions, but you know what? Him musically, he's a music genius. We cannot escape that. We will not do that. All right. We give what credit is due. So, but back to the whole Michael Jackson and Chris Brown. Chris Brown, I gotta watch his shows live. You know what I'm saying? If he could really sing live, no lip syncing. Cause I'm still questioning with Michael Jackson. Cause sometimes when he be getting on the roll with the lip syncing, people always told me, be careful what you do. Don't go around and break a young girl's hearts. Don't break no hearts. So I'm like, okay. But then once it gets, to the end of the chorus of the bridge, you know what you did? Breaking my heart, baby. And I'm like, cause I understand he's tired from all that dancing and stuff like that. But still, it's like, I still question because when he got 40 days and 40 nights I was on his side. Who was finished expecting man's hurts me siblings. So it's like it's clear and it's like it's hitting pitch notes. But then it's like I don't know, it's like for some reason he just you know what you did? Breaking my heart, baby. I'm like, damn, Mike, you alright? Yo, there was one scene in is one of his tours, and he was about to do Beat It, right? That's what it was. He was about to do Beat It, and like the guys was about to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like the in the part with that part, right? You can see Michael Jackson in the background. I don't know what he was sipping on. It looked like it was orange juice, or it could have been like orange Gatorade or something like that. But you can see like the guys over there, like pretend like they're about to fight, but they cut each other up. You can see Mike in the background just. And then next you know, once he gets to his part, then he goes, "Beat it now." So I was like, damn, beat it now. So Michael Jackson, man. But still, I would not discredit Michael Jackson's. Would you call it a talent or would you call it a gift? And here's the difference. I'll let you know the difference, okay? A talent is something that you build on, skill-wise. Something that you never had, but you built a lot of work into it, and notice that is a talent that you have acquired in your ability to do something that you thought you could never do. A gift is something that is already in you, Paul, that is already been in your ability since the day that you was born. I'll give you a perfect example. Bruce Lee. Look at the history of Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was 1 year old when he started his first movie. He was 1 year old. Bruce Lee. Yes, search it up. When he was 34 when he passed away. He had a 33 movie year career. 33 years. And he died in the age of 34. Search it up. If I'm wrong with the age, the time that he passed away, but he was 1 year old when he was in a movie. Yes, when he was just a little baby. Bruce Lee was very, 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 very young when he first started his first movie. He wasn't no 5 or 6 years old. The man was 1 year old. Now, Michael Jackson, right? This man starts singing and dancing at the age of 6. 5 or 6. At the age of 5, he was looking at his brothers, playing the instruments and stuff like that, because Jermaine was going to be the lead singer of the Jacksons. It was supposed to be Jermaine Jackson. But as Michael has looked and was like, wait a minute, hold up. And the next Michael just started dancing himself. I mean, ain't like, he was looking at his brothers and was like, okay, wait a minute, hold on, he did. Okay, he did. Nah, Michael already had it. Michael, he knew from his brothers, like, okay, I can see their steps. And then he started to look at James Brown. James Brown with the slide and stuff. And then Michael was like, wait a minute, I could do that too. And it was already in him pause, when he was born. That gift was already in Michael Jackson. That's why Michael Jackson is just his legacy will last forever. Forever. And that's based on his music videos, his documentaries, even his costumes that he puts on. The costume that Michael Jackson puts on, from the Thriller jacket, the beaded jacket, from the Billie Jean little sparkling jacket, from this glove that he wears. I mean, Michael Jackson is iconic, and he's going to remain iconic forever. We all going to know Michael Jackson. But Chris Brown, that's what I was saying, that's something that's up to you guys to decide. Is he's going to be a long lifetime music artist like Michael Jackson? I think so. I really think that, when it comes to Chris Brown against Michael Jackson, it's just Chris Brown is just a little bit more enhanced than Michael, but Michael to me was just like, I don't know. It was just something about him. I remember these guys on one of the clips. He was like, yo, Michael Jackson will jump up and stand there for like 5 minutes. Everybody's just fainting. Motherfucker ain't doing shit. He just stands there and just faint. Everybody just faints, man. And then they were saying like, yeah, but Michael Jackson can't backflip. And he's like, yo, if Michael Jackson backflip, the whole stadium would be dead. Michael Jackson would be dead. Like, yo, if Michael Jackson backflip, everybody would be dead. I seen a video. I don't know if it's AI, because now AI is taking over shit. But I don't know if AI, but like I seen a footage of Michael Jackson. It looked like he was doing a backflip. I don't know if that was really him. They're just like in like mid 70s or something like that, late 70s, when it looked like Michael Jackson could do a backflip. I don't know if he could, but if he did, Michael Jackson could do a backflip. Yeah, that would be like a oh shit. Especially those like the air backflip. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, I think that would. He said he will bomb the stadium. Michael Jackson backflip, he will bomb the stadium. Oh shit. Yo, but I mean, I don't know. If Michael Jackson did, a backflip, I don't know. He probably would just do some shit. I don't know. But other than that, still, even with the moves and stuff, like his moves really like talks to people, I mean, people could relate to his dance moves and whatnot. But other than that, man, Michael Jackson, I mean, I picked him because he just that one of a kind artist. His legacy will last forever. Um, I also saw a clip that says if it wasn't for Michael Jackson, there would be no Beyonce, there would be no Chris Brown, there would be no Neo, there would be no Justin Timberlake. There would be no some of these R&B artists that we've seen today. Michael pretty much was before his time, during his time, if that makes sense to you guys. Like he pretty much cracked the game. Certain things that we supposed to be like, oh, jolly, the holly jolly. Michael Jackson was like, don't ever touch it when you come around here. So he was more rugged and raw and doing dance moves that was just unheard of. And just, even though he took some of the moves like breakdancing and stuff like the moonwalk, he actually took that from the breakdancers from the 80s, like breakdancer, they would pop, lock and stuff, and they would slide and glide and stuff like that. And, one of the, you can see one of the breakdancers, he would go like this here, and then he would push his finger out as he slide back, and then he should start pushing back and then pushing back, and that was like I think that was like early 80s, so or late 70s or early 80s, like 79 or 80, 81, and Michael Jackson just kind of saw that and just said, hey, watch this, and he just did his own thing, with the neck move when he slide back, look, and his hands in the pocket looking like he's walking but walking backwards. So Michael Jackson, he was that shit, to the point where Chris Brown, he would do imitation of Michael Jackson. So like I said, it's always gonna be Michael Jackson. Now, back to his movie, right? The documentary that's gonna come out. I'm a big documentary fan, and all I know is this, okay? Is that all I know is I want to go see the movie at the movie theaters. It's been a while since I've been to the movie theaters, but I don't want to go to the movie theaters and next I'm seeing all these Michael Jackson impersonators, and then I go in there and I see somebody going like, whoo, yeah, hee, ow, ow, hoo, yeah, hee. I do not want to go and see all that, somebody spinning, whoo, so you want to be starting something, you got to be starting something. No, I just want to go in there with normal people while we watch the documentary. I don't care if we sing the song in the theater or somebody gets out and we all start dancing in the movie theater. I don't mind all that. But before I get to the movie theaters, and then, before I even enter to the movie theaters, I'm seeing people outside and they dressed up as Michael Jackson, hey pretty baby with them high heels on. You feel like you never known. Like, no, stop, please, And then I can see like a Michael Jackson competition, somebody going like this. Oh, want it. Oh. And here comes another Michael Jackson impersonator. Just go, you got to win it. You know you want. You got to go get it. You know you don't better. Rush, get it. You want it, you fat. You know you want it. It's the sound for me. Like, no, we're not doing that. I'm not going to the movie theater to see no shit like that. All right. If so, I'm gonna find the DVD lady. You know what I'm saying? I see motherfuckers just coming to the screen like, ugh. I'd rather just watch it on bootleg DVD if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? Audio might be off and whatnot, but you know what? Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't going to the movie theaters like that. It ain't happening like that. But anyway, I know it's gonna be a great movie. The trailer looks amazing, but other than that, let's just see what happens. Like I said, I'm not going in there with no Michael Jackson impersonator. Hell no. No. I might fuck around just coming with a Thriller jacket just by mistake. Okay, I was just so happy to go out and get a nice good chicken wrap, and I was like, you know what? Let me go watch a Michael Jackson movie, and I just so happened to have a Thriller jacket on, and you know what? It's just like, hey, you said it, you was not gonna impersonate Michael Jackson. And I'm like, you know what? It just fucking happened, just by mistake. You know what I'm saying? But still, I'm not gonna blend in with the impersonators. You get what I'm saying? But still, his energy is just pure, man. I mean, he walk into this room, I'll be like, holy shit, man, Michael fucking Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Michael fucking Jackson. So anyway, shout out to the movie, man. Michael, April 24th, Yeah. Anyway, so you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this show up because, like I said, I'm not gonna keep you guys up too long, you know, especially on here, if you get what I mean. So anyway, can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Versus final word. Versus final word is real simple and real easy. I mean, look, I know it's been a long time since I have been out, but you know what? Like I said, if you look at on the channel, there's 2 new music videos for Taj Medic 456, and it's amazing. It's dope as hell. I mean, you can check them out, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, and shout out to my boy Tosh Medic, you know, yeah, bitch, gonna do my dance, do my dance, do my dance. Yeah, bitch, gonna do my dance. You know, that's a song right there. I dig it, you know what I'm saying? And the video play is cinematic and it's just fantastic. So also too, I'd rather just go ahead and drop the news on you guys right now. So even though I'm doing a little nice good 30 minutes or 40 minutes episode here on hashtag The Versa Show. Hashtag The Versa Show will be going, not, you know, it's not going off, okay? That won't happen, you know, thank God it won't happen. It will, knock on wood, it will never happen. But it will make a little twist, a little turn, okay? So, hashtag The Versa Show is going to start airing different clips. And what I mean by that is, as you guys know, when you see a full episode on a podcast, they will have different sessions on what they're talking about. And, you know, it could be like an hour-long podcast, but on certain sessions, it's going to be like 17 minutes that they talked about on a certain conversation, a certain topic, or it could be 20 minutes or something like, you know, you get what I mean? So pretty much that is what hashtag The Versa Show is now going to be doing. So instead of just, you know, making full episodes like 40 minutes or an hour or so like that, unless it's a guest that is something that is very highly important for you guys to watch. But hashtag The Versa Show is going to start making clips on certain topics for you guys. So it just shortens up the video for you guys. So you don't have to hear me for a whole 40 minutes or an hour, you get what I mean? But other than that, you know, if it's just me alone, then it's just going to be certain snippets and clips on topics. For an example, if it's going to be sports talk, then that video is only going to be about sports talk. And then if you want to hear about vibe talk, then it's only going to be on that video about vibe talk. And then sports talk is only going to be on a topic on sports talk. And it might be 10 minutes of it. It might be 5 minutes of the conversation. It might be 15 minutes of the conversation or 25 minutes of the conversation, but it's going to be no lower than 25 minutes or at least 30 minutes, no lower than 30 minutes or 25 minutes. So it's going to be a little twists and turns on hashtag The Versa Show. So, you know, because I don't want to keep doing this all by myself in, you know, this long period of time. You know, I appreciate the views and the subscription that I got for the people. I do. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to your support. The true supporters, man. Shout out to your viewers, man, and shout out to the subscribers as well. True supporters, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, those are the ones I give credits to. You know, it's the ones that really believe in me and see in my craft and my dream that I have envisioned for so long. And I'm going to have Taj Medic 456. He's been talking about he want to be part of the show and do a little interviews and be part of the podcast. So we'll see about that. You know, those are just talks. But in the meanwhile, I hope you guys enjoy the music and enjoy the music videos that we are uploading and we're doing. And we're going to put more out there. We're heavy on these type of projects. And shout out to the ones that have been looking at Do My Dance. Like I said, just check that out as well. Check out the Wake Up. Check that out as well, too. So, you know, those songs right there, man. Yeah, bitch, gonna do my dance. Do my dance. Do my dance. Yeah, bitch, gonna do my dance. Turn your pants like you my fan. You know, yo, Taj, I get the lyrics right. I got it. Yeah, bitch, gonna do my dance. Wave your hands. You know, I got, you know, I do. You know, that shit's fire. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, you know, check those videos out. You know, and I will post up some more UFC 5s and whatnot. I will post up more of, you know, the character storyline. So, but just like I said, just keep subscribing. Just keep liking the videos. If you want to comment, you go right ahead. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. So if you want to go right ahead, you know, just subscribe to it. But anyway, so yeah, like I said, I don't want to keep you guys holding up on hashtag The Versa Show here. You know what I mean? You know, Was there any other topic to talk about? Maybe so. I could have talked about the whole Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson, but I don't know. But to tell you the truth, who wants to hear about that? It's a fight that, I mean, I heard Floyd Mayweather. Okay, well, to add on versus final word real quickly with the whole Floyd Mayweather fight, and it's dope that he's fighting Mike Tyson, and then on top of that, he's fighting Manny Pacquiao in September, and he's doing another fight as well. I forgot the name of the person, but he's having 3 fights. So, and they talk about him financially. Here's the thing I want to talk to you guys about. When you look at Floyd Mayweather, right, or any rich person that really just showing out, you know what I mean? You don't understand what they're going through financially. You think it's because of, oh, well, they live in lavishly, they live in good and stuff like that. But trust me, if you don't know how to use your money wisely, it's going to fall short. Trust. It's going to fall short. Even if I look at Elon Musk, dude's like a billionaire. Any time of the day that, who knows, that if somebody decided to take his money, it could be taken. You get what I mean? But at the same time, you can have all the money, but just know how to spend it, know how to use it. And I get it, it comes from that we never had it growing up. You feel me? And they said, like, I heard there's a quote from TK Kirtland, if you don't mind if I want to use his quote. He said, like, first he said that a person who has money, a person who never had money when they was younger are going to have a lot of money as they get older. And I hope I'm not missing that quote. I hope I'm not miscorrecting that quote. But another one that is really important is that a person that never had $10,000 before don't know what to do with that money. And it's true. So my advice is, whenever you get a lot of money, invest in it. Invest. Find like a business or something for you to build on, and make sure that business makes you money constantly. I'm talking about a money flow, a straight up money flow. So I just want to make sure I put that out there for you guys. I'm not, discrediting Floyd Mayweather financially. I'm just hearing that he's going broke. They said that he owes Logan Paul $1.5 million off that fight that they did on Netflix. They also said this car dealership person said that Floyd Mayweather still owes him like another $300,000 that he hasn't paid up. So I don't know. I heard that Mayweather also bought buildings in Manhattan, the Bronx, and Queens. So I thought he was doing good financially, but maybe he is putting his money in right places now than he did before. But hey, we fall on our asses. It's all about getting up and learn from that fall. So let's just keep that in mind. All right. But like I said, on the show, I could talk to you guys for a straight hour or so because, it's been a minute, and I appreciate you guys for sticking around. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you so much for viewing #TheVersa Show. And you make sure that you do these 3 things. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and you press that bell at the same time. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I thank you so much for viewing #TheVersa Show. And I know it's been a long time since I've done this episode, but I was like, you know what? It's empty and it's in the crib, so why not? Why not give you guys an episode? You feel me what I'm saying? But I really thank you so much for viewing #TheVersa Show. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Anyway, like I said, you make sure that you check out the video, and as well, you make sure you check out the newest edition on Versa Magazine. I know, listen, you could call it what you want. You can hate me now. I don't give a shit. It's the Rockstar edition, the Western edition, and then what was the other one? The other one was a punk rock edition, I guess you could call it. But you can go ahead and check those out. You get what I mean? So it's just some creative photography work that I've been doing and love doing since. So enjoy them. Enjoy looking at them and show some support. You get what I mean? And like I said, Vintage Era Productions, we doing, some new things and whatnot. So just keep looking at it. Just keep watching. And we got more music videos for you guys as well. We got more music. We got more podcasts. We got more photography. So we got more entertainment stuff coming your way. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, ladies and gentlemen. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I see you on another episode on #TheVersaShow. You know I gotta leave you with, it's the best podcast around, and I am the Versa. And I see you on another episode right here on #TheVersaShow. And you know I gotta leave you with peace into the Middle East. Productions. What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? I thank you for watching the latest episode on #TheVersaShow. For more new episodes, you make sure that you like, subscribe, and you press that bell for more new episodes. And if you have any questions to ask, to get my intake, my answer on this show, make sure that you add me on Instagram @TheVersa. And also, too, can't forget to follow, too, so press that button as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for watching. Until next time, #TheVersaShow, the best podcast around.